Hello? Can you guys hear me? Hello? Can you guys hear me? It's a little blurry. I'll have to manual focus this. I feel like I hear myself talking. Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. Yes, I am testing on a Streamlabs platform this time, so it's a little tricky. Also, that chat box is very hard to read. Alright, I'm gonna try to up my desktop audio. Let me know if it's like actually hearable or not. I can't even tell if it's being transmitted, but let me know. What up everyone? Alright, so just a few different scenes that I'm practicing with using Streamlabs. I don't know if I'm gonna keep this, but got the screen in my face and then a live scene, and then we got a starting soon. Got the actually that doesn't do anything, but we got this one, and then I'll be right back, and then we got this one. Cool. You're only picking up my mic from one side. Okay, that's good to know. Let's see. Why is that? I have no idea why. Let's see. I could Google this right now. You guys are all my test subjects. Thank you for Streamlabs. All mic, only one ear. Let's see. On the audio, interesting. Let's see. Properties. Is it down mixed to mono? Route audio to central instead of left or right. How about now? Can you? How does it sound now? Better? Better? Your feedback is much appreciated. You know what's weird? It's like I could tell my video quality is not very good, but I think I'm gonna try to get a better camera for streaming. But let me know if the audio or the mic audio is no good, 'cause then I'll have to change it. What up? What up? How's everyone doing? I took the day off today. I've been extremely sick this week, and I guess I could just share it with some people. I got COVID. Who would have thought, right? But I feel a lot better now. But man, on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I was not feeling good at all. It was horrible, and yeah, probably this video will just get like sent to the shadow realm because I said the word, but it is what it is. But it's all good now, and just wanted to test this out because I actually bought a Windows computer and I've never got to actually use it because I've been so busy doing all this other crap that yeah, I didn't really have time to do anything. So no, I can't invite you to video chat using Streamlabs because I don't think you can, but I think I might move over to Twitch in the future if I want to do more live streaming. So I'm pretty excited about that. Like live streaming as in like live coding. So that's definitely in the cards. I wonder if there's a way I could modify this chat box so it has a little bit more background color. Can I do black? Black. I don't know if that works, but whatever. This background is no bueno. It's really hard to read, but it's okay. I have a little sidebar on the side. So, hey, what do you guys think about the audio? The music, is it too loud? Is it too low? Let me know. How many devs spend their money on Yu-Gi-Oh! Magic the Gathering decks? I have no idea. Thank you. Thank you, Data. Yeah, I feel a lot better. So it's I would say Monday, Tuesday, and then Saturday, Sunday were like probably the worst, and that was really rough. Living in New York. Background audio too loud. All right, let's lower it a little bit. Thank you for the feedback. Yeah, I gotta calibrate this because I have no idea what is good and what is how about now? Let me know. I could also lower it a little bit more. Actually, let's just do that, and then let me know if that's too low. But yeah, I've been using Epidemic Sounds. Yeah, so hopefully one day we're gonna be able to do some like live coding, and I can show it to you on my browser like this. Before, I was using my MacBook, and as great as MacBook is, I cannot run Streamlabs on this, and it just dies. So basically, I had no way to show you some live coding, even if I wanted to. So the fact that I was able to buy a dedicated Windows computer for this is pretty, that's a commitment. So I'm pretty excited for this, and we'll see how that goes. I think I'm still gonna keep StreamYards because that's a little easier to answer your guys' questions and all that stuff. But if you're interested in some like live coding and all of that, I think I'm gonna start moving over to Twitch. So definitely check me out there. And if anybody's good at using Streamlabs, please let me know, because I would love to pick your brain on what's good and what's not. Let's see if I could change the chat box to black at least, because it's so hard to read y'all's comments on the right hand side, and I just want to save you guys' eyes a little bit. Font settings, color, let's do black. All right, someone say something. So I have an interview in an hour, and I'll what? I have an interview in an hour. I forgot about. Was told last minute they want to interview me due to holidays, and I realized that I don't know Angular. This is going to, yeah, Sprite. Good luck, man. That's gonna be pretty tough. Hopefully they don't test you on Angular and they just test you on some concepts. But yeah, you just never know what they're gonna test you on. Not a big fan of the quality of my camera. I think we'll see how I actually bought this like Elgato webcam for streaming camera, because right now I'm using my EOS M50, but I don't think it's meant for live streaming. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, what do you guys think about this setup versus the traditional one? This is actually a lot cheaper, because I think this costs $110 a year. The other one cost me like $45 a month. So the fact that if I could save some money by doing stuff like this and you guys are okay with it, then I will probably just stream like this more. And it's a lot chiller because I get to just use my Windows computer, listen to some music, relax, talk to you guys. But yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. But it's crazy because like obviously this was not something I wanted to do and get sick, but this was the first time where I actually got to relax and not do work. And that includes like actual Amazon work plus like Tech Rally stuff and Tech Rally stuff plus other Tech Rally stuff. It was just I realized life was becoming a little overwhelming. So the fact that I was able to just do nothing and do nothing for a long period of time was pretty awesome, in my opinion. If I live stream me programming, would you watch? Yeah, I would watch. Why not, bro? Yeah, I don't know what this black box is at the top. I have no idea. That's why I was trying to get rid of it, but I'll show you guys what the problem is. It's like you literally are here. So apparently it's part of the template and I have no idea what this is. So that is the life we live. You know what's funny? It's, people think that as developers we're supposed to know everything, but certain things I just really don't know and I don't care for. So as long as it works, I'm fine. But yeah, this little black box, I really don't know what it's meant for. Maybe it's something. I don't know. I have no idea. That's a great question. Maybe it's a feature, not a bug. Sorry about that loud music from before, but the first time using it, trying to get used to it. It is what it is. Kevin, I was gonna see if I could just sneak into your live stream with Bobby and just, talk about how great Tech Rally's portfolio course is. But no, it's pretty cool. I'm really liking the Streamlabs stuff because it's I just like the fact that I could actually use Streamlabs on a computer and it doesn't die on me because the MacBook was just not having it with me. And now I could do something like this. Maybe that's what it was meant for. I was supposed to put my face here and then show you the actual like display here instead. I think that's what it's meant for. It's maybe my face was supposed to be on there and then the like video game or whatever display capture was supposed to be on the actual thing. But I don't know if you guys know, but Codecademy sold for $525 million. I'm sure we've all used Codecademy one time in our life, and the fact that it sold, it's pretty interesting. Like 525 is actually not that high. I know it sounds like a lot, but it's actually a pretty low deal in my opinion, and it makes me wonder if Codecademy ever solved their like how to make money strategy. So the fact that they got bought out is pretty interesting. Yeah, but yeah, $500 million. But like obviously with startups, you're trying to get to that unicorn status of $1 billion. So the fact that it's half and they've been in Series D is a little alarming from like the VC world or whatever. But so they got sold to Skillsoft, and that I think they're rivals or like they're competing companies. But Skillsoft is actually publicly traded, so I'm curious how like the money distribution eventually happened, because if you're like an employee of a company that gets bought out, apparently you get like the litters of all the of the actual sale, so you might not actually win out, which kind of sucks. But yeah, it's crazy. Codecademy, Team Treehouse got basically destroyed because they didn't do too well. It's so crazy to see all these online learning platforms kind of pivot away. And yeah, I haven't heard of Skillsoft either, so I'm not really sure what their deal is, but I don't know. What does this mean? Are online learning platforms just not good enough to generate, like, you know, stay afloat? Who knows? Actually, I'm gonna be right back. I'm gonna get a drink. 1 second. This stream is sponsored by Kavita. No, it's not. Is everyone pro kombucha or against kombucha? Personally, I love kombucha, but I know some people hate it. Was it on ending? I thought it was be right back. Whoops. Obviously, I don't know how to stream. Oh, was it? Let's see. Oh man, this song sucks. How do I move away from front end? You learn back end. I mean, it sounds like such a stupid advice, but it's true. Like, you have to learn some back end technologies. You have to practice. You have to build APIs, and then start experimenting. Am I gonna do a startup in the future? Maybe. I mean, I worked at a startup for 5 years and it was all right. Like, would I consider doing my own startup? I don't know. It's a lot of work. And I'm already kind of doing like a mini startup, I guess, having this like Tech Rally brand. But once you start having employees and all of that stuff, it gets kind of complicated. And I don't know if I want to do that, but hey, if you're the owner of Codecademy, which started 10 years ago, and you sold for that much, I'm sure you've cashed out and now you're living very comfortably. So some startups make it and some startups don't. See, I like this kind of music better, but sometimes Epidemic Sounds just gives me some wonky music, so I just can't stand for it. I'm gonna download these actually, so I don't... I just started learning React and I'm wondering how much am I supposed to know before starting to apply to jobs? How realistic is it for me to land a remote job? You should know enough React to build projects. If you don't know how to build projects, then you shouldn't really apply for jobs, honestly. It's one of those things where you have to prove your skills, and the only way to improve your skills is that you need to build and keep building until you start feeling comfortable knowing the ins and outs of React development, Vue development, JavaScript development, whatever development that you do. But yeah, just keep yourself accountable. Ask yourself, am I doing well enough to be able to, I don't know, have enough skills to do the job? And if you don't know, then maybe, get some feedback from other people and ask, hey, like, I know how to do this, I know how to do that. Where do you think I am in my web development or learning development? Do you think I have enough skills to get the job? 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna post on my Twitter. I'm live on YouTube. Yeah, might as well just, I guess this is the whole point right here. Boom, look at this. All right, I'm live on YouTube talking about web development. Come through and hang out. If you guys want to retweet this, I'll greatly appreciate it. I feel like this Nathan Ma and Kevin Yoon could be good friends. Would you recommend JavaScript or Python for a new learner? It depends on what you want to do. If you want to get into like data science and all that stuff, then Python could be a good way to get started. But if you want to get into like web development, then JavaScript could be good too. Yeah. I don't know, like, not everybody wants to learn how to code to get into web development, so it really just depends on what your goal is. But JavaScript is pretty universal right now, so I would recommend that. Great question, Kevin Yoon. Thank you for it. Maybe it means boot camps are dying. They're not dying, but I think they definitely need to adjust, because there's a lot of like bad PR that's been coming out lately with like Lambda School and Bloomberg, and just how they do their income share agreements and money back guarantees. All of those things are pretty questionable, and people are starting to realize like, hey, you can't just take everything for face value, and you need to actually do the research. So being able to just kind of understand that, and if anyone is really considering a coding bootcamp, I would say just do your research. And if you don't know what to research, talk to and reach out to other developers that have went to a coding bootcamp, and then they could give you their like honest feedback. Some coding bootcamps are going to be good, some coding bootcamps are going to be bad, but ultimately it's not like a golden ticket for you to land the first job. It's a curriculum-based learning style where they'll teach you what they can, but there's no guarantee of like a job or anything like that. What up, Tech Squid TV? Let's go. Got 12 viewers in here on a Thursday? What day is today? Thursday at 3:40 p.m. Not bad. Not bad at all. What up, Michelle? How are you doing? What should a developer do over the holidays? Absolutely nothing. Don't do anything. Just turn off your computer and literally get off Notion, get off any productivity apps you might have, and just enjoy time with your friends and family. Because seriously, it's like, I don't know, you don't need to code every day. Yeah, I agree with Tech Squid TV. Yeah, you don't super typically use Python in web dev, and it's not that you can't, because Django does exist, but Python is used much more in the data science. So I know a few people like Dennis Ivey and stuff that use Django and Python for web development, and there's nothing wrong with it. You could still build. You could build like a whole full stack service with it if you want to, but typically, I'm noticing that there definitely is like a heavy lean towards Python for data science related stuff, and then for web development, it's more in like the JavaScript, the what else is there? I guess a little bit of C# here and there, Ruby, and not as much Ruby as much these days either. But honestly, just learn the technology that'll get you the job. ISAs are seeing a decline for sure. We offer one, but we're seeing less people take it lately. Yeah, and there's nothing wrong with the ISAs as long as you know what you're getting yourself into. Because, oh man, if I lived in New York City and I was getting paid like the minimum amount that they were saying is eligible to trigger your ISA, then I'll be super broke, and I don't know how I would survive. But the fact that you're able to, I don't know, maybe live in a cheaper area in the United States, and then taking 15% of that is not as bad, then definitely consider doing it. But you have to weigh your pros and cons. Can you share some insights into how you run a business outside your 9 to 5? Well, I don't even know if I consider what I do a business. It's just what I do for fun, and it happens to make money. But yeah, it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of organization, and it takes a lot of saying no to a lot of different things. Like, I don't know. I've learned to just really take advantage of my little time that I do have to work on the things that really matter. So that's kind of why I built my portfolio course and all that stuff, because I thought it was really important to help developers, create an online presence, and that's why I built it. But I've also had to say no to making like YouTube content, or I had to say no to other like little things I was interested in doing. Like I want to learn Next.js or like Jamstack and all that stuff, but I have to like always reprioritize and reevaluate what I want to get out of in the next month or two, or like my yearly goals and all of that. Ultimately, you got to figure out like what is your goal and like what do you want to accomplish, and if that type of work is helping you accomplish that goal, then great. If it's not, then punt it. What am I drinking? Team kombucha. I love kombucha. Tell us more about your. It's not really a business. It's I mean, it's just Tech Rally. It is LLC technically, but I do like one-on-one coaching. I do like courses, and eventually, hopefully, I could like write a book. But yeah, ultimately, it's just trying to help developers break into tech. So maybe it's more of like a consulting style of the business. Although I actually don't really enjoy doing one-on-one coaching that much, because it is a lot of work, and you always have like the whole idea of like taking money for your service kind of thing. But it just came to a certain point where I realized the one-on-one coaching does help a lot, and I slowly but surely started increasing the price here and there. Like I started off free because I didn't know how to coach properly, so I learned a lot from that, to $50 an hour, to 60 to 70 and 80, and now it's like somewhere. I feel like the sweet spot's gonna be like probably like the $100 an hour kind of thing. But overall, I would say a lot of the clients I've worked with have been very motivated, very very ambitious to get into software development, and that's been really good for me too. So I'm learning a lot as well. What are you looking forward to most this holiday season? I don't know, honestly. I'm just glad I'm feeling a lot better, because I was feeling like garbage this whole week, and this is the first time that I feel relatively decent, and can't complain. Sorry, I'm gonna adjust my focus. What really sucks about this camera is that if I turn on autofocus, then this like little ring shows up, and I don't think you want to see that for the rest of the stream. So let me just. So I just can't move, basically. What have I been learning recently? Nothing. Outside of work, though, nothing. But at work, I've been learning about Android development, and then Android development connected to web views, and then all of that stuff. So that's been interesting. And doing like some like Fire TV development and stuff too. So it's pretty cool. I like it a lot, but it's not something I've been like, oh my god, this is the first thing I want to do when I join a company. But it's different, and I really like it. What else did I learn this year? I learned a lot about AWS, which is pretty awesome considering I work at Amazon. But prior to that, I actually didn't know a lot about AWS. I knew at a high level how certain things worked, but actually building out like a full stack service and all of that was very, very good for me. And now I could like put on my resume, say that I've used it before. Mostly use the services using AWS CDK, which is kind of similar to like Terraform. So yeah, learned a lot about all these cool little gadgets within web technology. And the best thing was that I got paid for it. So, but I think next year I really want to get into more like server-side rendering, Jamstack, Next.js stuff, because I want to start building out my own like stuff on the side. But everything is so dependent on SEO and making sure everything is optimized from that perspective. When you like work at a company, you don't really think about like the SSR and all that stuff too much, because a lot of the stuff you built is contract based. So you could get away with building single page applications, but if you want to start building applications for more, I don't know, like B2C or just more like more people to be aware of what's going on with your product, you kind of need to build more server-side rendering applications. So that's probably going to be my goal for next year. What the hell? What if you could go back in time where you could have chosen major? I'm pretty happy with my major, but who knows? If I did computer science, I might have quit software development. Maybe I would have hated it. So you just never know. I have no regrets about that. Do you use OBS for streaming? I want to start streaming sometime next month. So I use a mixture of both. I use StreamYards, or not StreamYard. Yeah, StreamYards. This is easier. Yeah, I use StreamYard, and then I also use OBS Streamlabs, I believe is the other one. Yeah, OBS or Streamlabs, yeah. So right now this one is on Streamlabs, but I was previously using StreamYards before. The only thing about StreamYards, it's awesome, but the pricing is a little expensive. It's, if you do monthly, it's $50 a month. But if you do annual, it's $39. So it's up to you. It's a little pricey, I have to admit, but it was super convenient, and it was like the only thing my MacBook could actually run. So from that perspective, it was good enough for me. But yeah. All right, Kevin, have happy holidays, and yeah, thank you for the little shout out. We should do a collaboration together with the Coder Foundry stuff, because I know I feel like it's been a really long time since you've had guests on your show, and I feel neglected, sir. Just kidding. Do you think people treat you differently now that you're a software engineer at Amazon? Maybe a little bit, like on tech Twitter. Because, I don't know, as much as I would like to say that people would respect me either way, I think having the name Amazon or name Google always adds a little bit more like clout and adds a little bit more authority to your skills as a software engineer. But not gonna it doesn't really matter. I mean, it's a job, it's a company. Like, I really like where I work, but at the same time, like, it doesn't define who I am, right? But yeah, I would say whenever someone invites me on to their like interview or whatever, they always seem to want to put the word Amazon in there as opposed to a software engineer. And I've always been a little bit trying to figure out why people do that, and people even ask me why I don't like mention Amazon more in my YouTube videos. And it's because like I don't want everyone to think like, oh, this is the greatest thing that you should always strive to be. You're not a real developer if you don't work at Fang, like that's very far from the case. Like, I've worked at startups for 5 years, 6 years, and I more or less do the same thing. So yeah, great question. Yeah, Giselle, just make sure if you do use Apple products for OBS, it might get really laggy. So StreamYards might be a better solution for you because everything is through the browser. So yeah, that could be interesting. Giselle, you never knew where I worked. That's because you respect me for me. I appreciate you. I majored in CS but focused on embedded systems. Should have just focused on web instead. TR and coding phase and others may. Hey, I appreciate that, man. Like, I mean, hopefully, it's never too late, and you could always move on to something else. Like, I started coding when I was 26, so hey, you're never too early. You're never too late. You know what's funny? So you say, I think your tweets are funny, always have me cracking up. I would argue that me getting sick has made my tweets a lot more raw and funnier. And I was like wondering, should I always be sick so I can make these really, really funny tweets? Because I realize if I'm sick, I have no filter. So oh man, it's so funny. Like, let me just share one that I don't know if you guys could see it. This one. Wow, it's really hard to see. Let's see if the zoom helps. I wrote, Twitter Spaces needs a zip emoji to let speakers know they need to stop talking. And then if you scroll down, there's like a guy who commented something like, let's see. Well, a lot of people, first of all, a lot of people seem to agree, which is great. But I thought it was really funny what one guy said. Let's see. He goes, isn't that what leave the spaces for? And I said, zip. And then someone else responded. Oh yeah, I also did do that one. The stop tweeting for likes, and then I added like this tweet. I love Twitter. I'm glad that I could be myself on it. I don't know. Some people really treat their Twitter account like a business, and they should because they have a pretty good following. But fortunately, I've been able to just mix in my personal life as well as my business stuff, and that's kind of given me a little bit more freedom to kind of tweet about whatever I want. But yeah. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? I'm chasing the dream of a large house and starting to plan out how to get that financial freedom. My goal for the next 5 to 10 years is to work as much as possible and get paid the highest amount of possible, and then eventually apply for a junior developer role that pays 6 figures so I can relax and just code on little features. And that way I'm not stressed about having this expectation to fix the company's like problems. I could just build out little small features and just be really relaxed at work. Like I want like a no stress job. So I'll deal with the stress for the next 5 to 7 years, and then after that give me a really nice paying junior developer job, and I'll make sure I build that feature very well. So that's my goal. Tweeting while medicated? Yeah, so I don't know if I'm medicated, but it's a way for me to just express myself. I don't tweet all of my thoughts on there. Mine is definitely more so about tech and maybe mild personal stuff. My personal thoughts go inside of a group chat with someone. Yeah. I mean, definitely it's a balance, right? You don't want to be too negative or too like controversial every single time. But there are those days. There are those days. And I just need to like let someone know that, hey, you're on a space, you talk a lot. Be aware of the audience. I also like posting about my like TikTok videos because that's been kind of fun. Mike Lee says started at 25 for you. Nice, man. See, everyone can start. It's just starting is the hardest part generally. Ugh. I feel that trying to find that path to 200k. You don't just work. If you get a job at Fang, you'll get paid around that much, assuming you're a mid-level to higher level, like senior level developer. It's kind of funny because at my startup that I was working at, I was a senior developer, and then when I joined Amazon, I got demoted to a mid-level developer, but I get paid 100k more. So does the title really matter? Does the title really matter? Not really. I can't even say words right now because it's probably because I'm sick, but yeah, I'd rather take less of a title and then get more money. That sounds like a win-win to me. Less responsibilities, more money. That's how you hack the system, everyone. One of my goals is to start taking on freelance clients slowly, maybe one a year, just to have some side projects on them. Yeah, that's a pretty good one. I'm not a huge fan of like freelancing and working on building other people's stuff, just because I do that already working at Amazon. So I mean, that's just any company you work at. So like with the extra time that I have, I always want to like focus it on myself and see what I can build with it. But if you're able to grow it into your own business, that would be pretty cool. So yeah, definitely something to consider. Cash is greater than title. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why people love titles so much. Like, is it a flex kind of thing? Like, that's why I say I want to be the highest paid junior developer after like 10 years of working really hard. That's the ultimate retirement plan right there. Because at the same time, I get to enjoy what I do, which is coding. And then, other than that, like, you know, it's not stressful. Like generally junior developer roles is not stressful, so at least if you have many years of experience, right? So the idea is that you're able to still provide value and you get paid what you're worth, and then you just do your job. Well, I can't believe 17 people are here at 4 p.m. Oh, I appreciate that. But I might move all of my live streams to Twitch. What do you guys think about that? Would you guys follow me over to Twitch if I move over to Twitch? Because apparently doing live streams on YouTube is not helpful for your channel. It actually makes it worse. But the thing is, I don't have an audience on Twitch yet. So do I want to start from the bottom again at Twitch? Maybe. And then just keep the YouTube stuff YouTube. And then maybe do more live coding on Twitch. Because basically I could kind of do something like this. Like if we could like work on free Codecamp stuff together, or we could do like Codecademy stuff, I assume. And that way we could like kind of code together. You know, that could be a possibility. I don't know. Game on Twitch. I could also game on Twitch too. I really like their aesthetics and like the typography. Even though like the colors make no sense to me, somehow it works. Why does it make... Because I don't think YouTube knows how to categorize you as a channel. If you do like live streaming and then do like regular content and then maybe do shorts, it like the algo doesn't know where to put you. And if you do too much live streaming, it could hurt your ad revenue. So more often than not, like people, like you see channels like Chris Sean or whatever, he actually goes live on Twitch, but he doesn't go live on YouTube. How do you monetize on Twitch? I think it's kind of more or less the same way, ad revenue and then donations and all that stuff. Should I make a how much did I earn on YouTube video this year? This is the first year I ever got monetized. And I didn't make like an exorbitant amount of money or anything like that, but I made semi-decent, I guess. No, not even. But maybe I'll make a video about that. Even if it wasn't much this year, at least I could talk about like, hey, like this is the first time I've been monetized this year, and I made this much. Hey, Albert, I appreciate that. I'll let you know. I'll let my community know if I do that. Oy, what a ride though. Can't believe almost at 3,500 subscribers. That's pretty good, relatively speaking, I guess. But not gonna lie, I thought my goal this year was to hit 10,000, and it was not anywhere near there. I guess my content isn't good enough these days, or not these days, but in general. But I think next year I'm gonna try to really focus on trying to grow my audience, and then get it to a point where, you know, could have some credibility in this YouTube game, because right now 35 ain't cutting it. Streaming is hard. Respect to anyone doing it or trying it. I streamed for an hour on Twitch recently to 0 viewers. Hey, that's okay, man. We all start somewhere. Like literally, like when I started YouTube, when I did a YouTube live, I think only 2 people showed up, and it was just me. It was 2 people that showed up, and I logged in myself as one of them. So it was actually just 1 person watching. So the grind is real. Frequency is hard, but I kid you not, I was posting 2 videos per week every week for like 6 months so I could hit monetization. So I like, there was no like viral video that did it for me. It was just literally just content, pushing out content. That's all I did for like 6 months, and I finally hit monetization to earn like $10. But I would say that even though I don't really have like a huge following, for the number of people that are subscribed to my channel, I would say a good amount of people actually do watch my live streams. And then on top of that, I'd say my subscribers are pretty loyal subscribers. They always talk about like quality of subscribers, and it's not always about just the number or the vanity number, like that number that people always see, but it's about the type of people that watch your content. So more often than not, like the people that watch my content are subscribed versus not subscribed. So that's telling me that, because usually if you bigger channels will have unsubscribed people watching significantly more, but the fact that I have a lot of subscribed people watching means that I have very loyal subscribers. Yeah, Giselle, I agree. Like I took this kind of more as a hobby kind of thing as well, and it's really fun just answering questions and stuff. And the only problem is when people don't show up. And that kind of was the story of my life the first couple of streams that I've done, because there was just not enough viewers. That's why I think Twitter Spaces is kind of nice, because it's a great way to just have people come through and just say their piece, and then you can answer their questions and all of that stuff. Any tips for building a loyal audience? It sounds really cliche to say, but be yourself kind of thing. And I don't know. So just to be like fully transparent with like the videos that I plan on making next year to grow my audience, I think I'm going to start doing more of like, like day in the life of Amazon, or like how did I prepare for my Amazon interview. So like try to get those kind of viewers to come in and subscribe. But I think what has given me probably a slow growth but a loyal following is that I stay consistent with the type of content that I was making, and I wasn't trying to do those clickbait YouTube videos, right? So more often than not, I feel like the people that watch my content knew what they were getting themselves into. It's like every video that I make is going to help them land their first tech job, because I try not to waste people's times. But with YouTube, it's a little tricky, because now you're trying to satisfy some type of like entertainment value, which might not always be like applicable to everybody. So I think for me, the loyal following came from people that really knew what my content was about and always wanted to watch it and show support. But now I'm trying to see next year, like, I think it's been helpful for the people that have been watching it, but I want to at least grow my audience so I could kind of gear them back into, hey, like, it's all fun and games to watch those kind of videos, and I'll make those kind of videos for you, but now, like, let's focus on what actually is going to help you get a job, right? So trying to satisfy both of those requirements is very tricky. Yeah. All right, Giselle, I'll see you later. Bye. If you guys haven't already, please like this stream. I would greatly appreciate it. I am still recovering from my sickness, but I decided to go on live for y'all just because I'm curious. I'm curious what everyone's been up to lately, and I miss everyone. So it's really good to be able to just talk to you guys, chillax, relax, drink some kombucha, and yeah, just relax. If there's any topic you guys want to talk about, we could also do that too, but what up, bro? How are you? Are you taking a break today too, or is it back on the grind? Thanks, dude. Ugh. Man, I got the... I thought I had the flu, but it was not the flu. Unfortunately. And but now I feel a lot better today and yesterday. But Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was just... I was a no-show. Danny Tosson's in the house. He has to be the last person that tells me to relax, man. That guy is always working. Even when he's sleeping, he's working. I bet you he like researched lucid dreaming of some sort, so he could always be figuring out which conference he needs to be speaking at, or which person he needs to motivate to get into tech. You know. Everyone needs a Danny in their life, you know, so he's doing God's work. Sorry, Danny. Nightbot is very sensitive and has no doesn't give favors to anybody, so it'll lay the hammer on anybody. Nyamake, yeah, unfortunately it was. I have no idea how I got it, but I mean, I've been isolating anyways, regardless, because I wasn't comfortable with it, like the situation. So it is what it is. My bot is good. Oh, guys, if you didn't know, I think, let's see. Well, that too, but look at this guy. He just randomly pasted his face in front of Google, but he quit Google. So if you want to go watch his video about why he quit, it's right here. But another thing I was gonna mention was, dang, this guy tweets so much, I don't even know where it is. Cool, there it is. The Junior Dev Pro package. So I don't know if actually Danny picked the winner yet, but it's you get free year of Scrimba, $30 a month, and you get my portfolio course if you like, retweet, and comment your programming language. So definitely check this one out here. Honestly, I think the Scrimba package is way better, but it's okay, guys, because trust me, everyone needs a portfolio. So just say it. Just saying. Also, this is pretty funny. I saw another video like this, but I forgot, not in reference to coding though. It says when you finally find the person responsible for adding all of the bugs and errors in your code. You gotta do more TikToks, Danny. I think that definitely is like an untapped market right now. But it is hard. It is hard. Nice. All right, so we're gonna see some winners tomorrow, which is good. So what's everyone's goals for next year? I'm curious. Is it a certain number you want to hit financially? Is it I want to get a software developer job, a junior developer job, get famous on TikTok? Oh no, what's going on? Huh. That's weird. So this is another reason why I'll probably get another camera. Is apparently this thing turns off after like an hour. That's good to know. The black screen of death. Now that I left Google, my new job has way more work-life balance, so I'm going to be making way more content and videos. So are you gonna attack YouTube or are you gonna attack TikTok or both? Would love to get my first dev job 2022, working towards it. Hey man, I'll be rooting for you there, and if you need help, you know, always feel free to DM me on Twitter, because I've been following your journey on Instagram. You're like the only developer that I feel like is putting out good Instagram developer content, so maybe you have a niche there. By next year, I want to at least know my next role in my path to making 200K. I want to be making 150K by no later than next. So is that like specifically for a job, or is that total income with your like side hustles and all that stuff? Also, like 150K and 200K stuff, like I realize it's so different depending on where you live. So if your cost of living is relatively lower, it's you know, you could go a long way with that kind of money for sure. But yeah, I get what you're saying. Yeah, I think a numbers goal is pretty good to have. Like for me, I want to have like 10,000 subscribers by the end of this year. No, not this year, next year. And then I also we'll see. I want to build out this platform, but I'm like talking to some other people about whether we should collaborate or I should work on my own. We'll see. And then yeah, generate some reoccurring revenue. Ideally, I want to like make enough. I just want to start off small and just keep it growing and growing and growing and growing. My laugh is entertaining. Sheesh. I'll take it. Both. Although TikTok isn't really a priority, I mainly use TikTok because it has the best captioning. Yeah, that is true. TikTok is pretty low effort for me because I just find myself making videos that I want to rant about in it, and then just put it in a positive spin by making it into a video. So compared to YouTube, like TikTok is so much easier. I'm willing to move somewhere cheaper, but within certain limits. I want to move where jobs are. I like being in a city. I need fast internet. Here in Philly, it's just very expensive and still one of the cheapest. Yeah, man. I live in New York, and it's one of the more expensive cities. But I would love to live in Philly. I wish I could get paid my New York salary and live in Philly, because that would be the ultimate setup. If I could pull that off somehow, I think that would be a win. I'll take a look at Dallas. I was looking at Austin at one point. Dallas, even I am heading that way hopefully this year. Bro, you can't leave. You can't leave Memphis. Who's gonna be the one representing that that area if you're gone? Nyamake. Got you, brother. Dallas has a way lower cost of living than Austin, but has a ton of tech jobs. Plus, it's a big city. Best of all the options. Are you saying Andy has a ton of tech jobs? Or less tech jobs than Austin? What up, Greg? Taking a break from building my portfolio and your life, going for an HTML email developer for now, just to get into the door. Shots to Coding Face. Yeah, that's a great way to start, man. Baby steps, sir. Baby steps. I'm eating pho and typing on my phone. I wasn't thinking of moving, but with us exploring Cali, it got us excited to move somewhere else. Dallas isn't bad. I actually like Dallas a lot, especially as an Asian American, because there's a lot of good food there for Korean people. So I'm a big fan of Dallas. Austin, when I lived there for 3 years, it was nice, but just not as much good Asian food, and that's kind of why I left in the first place. And I was also developing allergies, which is not a good sign. So, and it's hot. if you don't mind it being hot, then all for it. No state income tax, which is awesome, but damn, it's so hot. I can't do it. It was horrible last week. Dallas has great diversity, one of the highest areas of diversity in Plano, Texas, which is just awesome. Yep. Can you show us a decent beginner portfolio that is hireable? It would be a decent 10-minute video. Yeah, so I'm gonna do a portfolio review on an individual. It's just I've been sick this past week, so I haven't been able to make any kind of content. But I'm gonna do a portfolio review on someone, as well as look at their LinkedIn and all that stuff, and then make a video about that. So be on the lookout for that, and hopefully that can be helpful. And if you also want a portfolio and you haven't actually built one yet, you know, shameless plug here, but I have a portfolio course for $19.99, and it's actually going to go up to $24.99 next year. So just saying, if you don't have a portfolio yet, why don't you consider something like this? We use Git and GitHub, HTML, CSS, and themes to build it out. And literally, I even show you what the project's going to look like. And if you don't want to buy the course, you could just look at my GitHub portfolio, and the code's there too. So feel free to do what you need to do, but literally, I built out a whole portfolio, and we do it together. So the fact that we do it together and we build it out, it just shows you that, hey, all you need is HTML and CSS to build it out. You don't need to do anything special. And then I even have like different variations of it. If you want to build a portfolio with a contact form instead, then you could do that. Or you could do what I did here. So I give you like 1A, 1B. I leave a lot of flexibility for you as a developer to decide how you want to build out your portfolio. But yeah, the course is there if you're interested. All right, now to take my sales hat off and back to the chat. Oh my gosh, this is crazy how much faster this Windows computer is. Because if I try to just navigate between like a browser and back to my face, my computer would die. So the fact that I could do this so smoothly is awesome. Yo, there's 20 people in this room, but only 15 likes. Are any of y'all disliking this video? Because that ain't cool either. But, you know, show some love to your boy and like the video. Oh, shoot, Ignacio. What's up, man? It's been a hot minute. How have you been? Those 5 people that didn't like the video don't have portfolios. Yeah, maybe that's possible. What's everyone's plans for tonight? What's the date? The 23rd. All right, so we have 2 days before Christmas. I feel like I should be saying something, but I really have nothing to say. So I wonder if it's time to close out the stream. But at the same time, 22 people are watching this, so I can't just leave, right? Bro, you got a job as a junior software developer? That's awesome, Ignacio. I remember we were talking about this like many months ago. Holy moly, dude. Congratulations. That's awesome. Dude, I would love to have you on in my channel and just we could talk about like how you did it because it's crazy. Yeah, dude. Oh man, I'm so happy for you. Yeah, it must have been a really long time since I went on live. So the fact that I'm just hearing about it, that's awesome, dude. Gonna continue to clean my house and then code later. That's the way to do it, sir. Yeah, my room's a mess. You're only seeing like one little square aspect of it. I studied 2 years of my free time, now got offered and accepted a non-junior web dev job for a small agency. Will be wearing many hats. Any advice for tempering expectations / finding words? Just try to absorb as much knowledge as you can. Like try to be a sponge and just be okay with not knowing certain things, but looking into it and figuring it out. Don't be afraid of asking for help. If you do ask for help, always try to provide context of what you've done, what you tried to do, and then just ask the person you're asking help from, like, hey, like, is there something that you see that I don't see? And like, can we work together and figure this out? Because other than that, you just gotta, it's a trial by fire more often than not. Like, you're never gonna know everything, because if that's the case, then you're probably not gonna be too happy at that job, because you're gonna ask yourself, like, why am I here? Like, I could find another better job that will challenge me even better or harder. So it's always good to if you find yourself in like an uncomfortable position, that usually means it's a good sign that you're learning. So good luck, sir. Hey, I hit 24 likes. Yeah, I did. Nice. Let's go. Funny what a little push can do, right? I'm headed home to the family, like going to see my dog and niece. I'm excited for the James Webb launch. James Webb? What's that? Oh, I was not aware of this. Tech Rally, when are you going to put Xfang in your bio? Danny Thompson, when are you going to put X Google on your bio? I might actually do like a year recap of my time at Amazon, because I think that'll be pretty interesting. I've never seen anyone do that. But no, working at Amazon so far has been a really good experience for me, at least. I know it's so funny because on tech Twitter, there's so many people that have opinions about working at Amazon, but they've never worked at Amazon. So I'm like, how do you comfortably say all these things that you're saying when you've never actually experienced it yourself firsthand? And like I always find myself like defending it, but everything is very team dependent, I guess. So if you're in a good team, it might be a great experience. If you're in a bad team, it might be a bad experience. But I just find it so funny that a lot of people on tech Twitter and like Spaces, they kind of chime in with their opinions about Amazon work life, but they've never actually worked there. I don't know. Maybe they're fishing for likes. Who knows? Sorry, I'm like distracting myself because for some reason I'm trying to peel this off now. What's wrong with me? Yeah, I will do that recap video. I think it's gonna be an interesting one and it should be pretty fun. But overall, I've had a really good time, and I've been learning a lot. I've been challenged. Is it exactly what I expected it to be doing? No, not exactly. But with coding, you never know what you're gonna get yourself into. And from that perspective, I'm glad that I was able to just like kind of go outside of my comfort zone and learn a lot of different technologies. And having a good manager is always helpful. Someone that is very attentive and listens to your the positives and negatives and everything, and just gives it to you in a very clear and concise way. Just having a good manager is so important in any job, but once you start having a bad manager, you start losing trust, you start losing faith in the company and all that stuff. So the fact that I was able to be put in a pretty good situation of being in a good team, good team members, and then having a great manager, it makes a world of difference. So yeah, maybe I'll share that. Can't share too much about it because I think it's still like, what do I say? Like the product I'm working on, it's still like in incognito, I think, a little bit. Even though we're semi-public, I don't know. But overall, just developer experience, I think I could share that at least. So, Ignacio, thanks. I really appreciate. Indeed, it was challenging, but there's a light at the end of the tunnel. A lot of LinkedIn. Hey, you know what? At least you put in the work, man. That's the most important thing. Like some people are always going to complain about not getting the job and like, why can't I get the job? Let me open up a Twitter space saying that there's like discrimination against me for not getting a job. Like I try so hard, but I can't get it. Like there's nothing wrong with being angry or being sad about not getting a position, but you always have to kind of ask yourself, like, if I keep failing and failing and failing and failing and failing, like whose fault is it? Like, is it the company's fault that I'm failing, or is there something that I'm doing wrong that I need to change to make sure I do better, right? I think so many times people always want to blame other people for not getting a role or not getting the raise or all of that stuff, but you just gotta sometimes ask yourself, like, what am I doing that can help me get to that next level? And in your case, I'm sure you've done a lot of LinkedIn, and that's the way you got the job. So super happy for you that you were like proactive, took the initiative, and just did what you did to get your first role. Honestly, half the people that say they want to work at Amazon know they won't pass the technical interviews, but if you give them the job offer, I bet you they will sign up. Probably, actually. You know, I am 1 for 1 interviewing at FANG companies. I've only interviewed at Amazon, and oh shoot. Keep on inspiring the world, bro. You've motivated, helped me so much. PS, y'all go cop his amazing portfolio course. It's amazing. Bro, thank you so much. Oh my gosh, I did not even expect anybody to donate. Dude, that's awesome. Thank you. Bro, I've been watching your content, dude. It's been good. I really enjoy it, and it makes it so much easier to follow along versus someone just posting like a regular tweet. So, nah, dude, you got some cute kids too, man. I could see why you work so hard. So definitely, you know, like that motivation is there, and like I'm rooting for you. And yeah, dude, keep going. I'm genuinely curious every day how you're doing, and hope that you succeed. But yeah, I didn't even realize actually how even though I knew how hard it was going to be for the Amazon interview, I didn't realize how hard it actually was until like I started talking to more people. And this is not like trying to do a flex, because basically I got rejected by like 10 companies before I interviewed at Amazon, and it's only because I got rejected by those 10 companies that I realized I needed to actually buckle down and really focus and study. But if it wasn't for those failures, I probably would have been part of that same crew of people that just said like, oh, I don't want to work there, like I don't want to just work on the marketplace or whatever. But yeah, it's a pretty rigorous experience, I'm sure. I mean, I've went through it, but yeah, it's all in the luck of the draw too, to be honest. Yeah, for sure. Some people can't hold themselves accountable. Yeah, man, it's true. Like you got. I mean, I think there's good reasons to have like accountability partners and all of that stuff. But once you start playing the blame game, that's when things get a little dicey. Because I don't know, no one's gonna hold your hand in the software developer journey. I realized you gotta kind of do it on your own. Like even with my one-on-one coaching sessions, I try my best to lead them to the path, but I'm never going to force you to do it. It's up to you to decide like how badly do you want it, and if you want to do it, I'll show you how to do it. But other than that, it's up to you. Certain folks make a career on Twitter by getting fired from big tech. Yeah, I'm wondering, like, God forbid, like if I ever do leave Amazon, like I probably will be compelled to write X Amazon. And now that I think about it, like I kind of cringe because I see other accounts do that, like X Facebook, X Air, Apple, or whatever. And then I'm wondering, it's like, do people give you more respect knowing that you've worked at these companies, and that's why you put it on your Twitter profile? It's like saying like I'm an angel investor when all you did was just like invest like pretty small amount of money in a company. Maybe you did like family and friends round or whatever, right? And I realized like with Twitter, it's all about the perception of things, right? And I kind of hate it, but maybe I'm part of it now because I work at a big company. But what are you supposed to do? Because someone asked me this earlier in the stream. It's like, do people give you more respect now that you work at Amazon? And I'm like, personally, I don't care where you work, as long as you're a software developer and you're on tech Twitter, I'll treat you the same. It doesn't really matter to me. There are a lot more smarter people than me that has never worked at those big tech companies. So it's you just gotta like remove all of the noise and just look at the person directly. And if they're people you vibe with, then that's fine. If it's not, then that's cool too. So I don't know, maybe there's a little too much weight on that. Hey Tech Rally, I'm glad I won your portfolio course. I've been eyeing it for a while, but I don't really have the money for it. It'll most definitely put it to good use and make the most of it. Good luck, sir. Hopefully it does well for you. Remember that thing, a party? It's like leaving a party. Best thing to do so when the party is still going. I wonder if the focus is off. Let's see. Is that better? It always looks better on Streamlabs, but then when you look at the actual YouTube video, it's not as clear as you hope it'd be. Tis life. Maybe I should throw in a couple of X's on my Twitter. Wait, what are we talking about here, right? You know what's funny? I rarely mention it, so even releasing the video today, people were like, you worked at... 100% agree. Yeah, that's why I don't really mention it too much even on my YouTube channel, besides when I go live because people ask me about it. But I don't really make too much content around it. But I think next year I'm gonna just try to share a little bit more about what I do in my personal life. I think I've always tried to keep this YouTube channel so focused on like actionable goals and you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this is how you break into tech. But then I realized people also care about, for whatever reason, what my personal life is like and like how do I live as a software developer outside of just coding. So definitely gonna share a little bit more of that aspect for next year. So I think 2022 for like this channel is gonna be a good mix of both, which I think is gonna be awesome. But yeah, like we'll see where things go. Like I say all these things, but who knows, right? So Danny, are you gonna announce where you're gonna be going for your next company, or is that gonna be secret because you don't want to have that same situation as you did last time, where a bunch of people were randomly messaging your employer saying they knew you? I'm just joining the stream, but what are some ways to make money programming without a job? You could freelance. You could build your own app. You could build your own software. Those are probably it. Can I refresh this? Let's see. Oh, just in case no one saw this. I wish there was a better location I could put this at. Right here? Yeah, I think that's better. Just wanted to remind myself. Thanks, brother, again. Ooh, almost spilled. Yeah, no problem. Da-da-da-da-da. I still haven't set up this computer for coding. Like, I don't have a terminal. I mean, it comes with a terminal, obviously, but I haven't set up anything on the Windows to work efficiently. But hopefully, in the upcoming year, next year, I'm going to be able to kind of get the setup going so we could do more live streaming and coding with live streaming. I want to do it on Twitch. I keep saying that, and hopefully one day I'll actually do it. But if I do code live, it's going to be on Twitch, not on YouTube. Twitch. People don't just use your skills to build someone's company. Use it for yourself. Build your own. There's nothing wrong with working for someone else and using your skills to help build their company. I mean, as long as they pay you a good amount of money. And owning your own company is not as cool as it sounds. Like, there's a lot of stress that you have to deal with when you have your own stuff. And like, just because you know how to build it doesn't mean you know how to market it. Doesn't mean you know how to sell it. You have to hire people to do those things for you. Otherwise, it's a pain in the butt. And I'm learning that the hard way. And as someone that sucks at marketing, that sucks at growing like brand awareness, that sucks at growing a following. Like, I know people will say, oh, but you have 3,000 subscribers. I know people that have like 25,000 subscribers or like 50,000 subscribers. They're like, oh, you have almost 3,000 followers on Twitter. It's like, I know people like Danny Thompson who has 100,000 followers on Twitter, right? Like, people are going to be like, oh, stop comparing yourself. But the reality is that the stuff I have accomplished in terms of like awareness and growing my following, it's very like guerrilla marketing style. And it may not be the most like efficient way to do it. It probably isn't. And that's kind of something that I've learned the hard way, that, hey, there are certain things that you do well, Alex, like coding, but maybe there are certain things that you don't do well, like marketing and, sharing your story and kind of captivating whoever is listening to you to want to know more. So I think next year is going to be really just try to figure out that special recipe, that special blend of what it is that will attract people more to my content, both from a Twitter level, both from a YouTube level, TikTok level, all that stuff. So that's going to be an interesting experience for sure. But anyways, if you guys have nothing else to say, maybe we'll just end it here. It's already been an hour and 30 minutes of streaming, so a little tired. So definitely thank you for dropping by the stream. Really appreciate the likes as well. And everyone have a good and safe holidays, because yeah, it's the stuff has been going kind of getting crazy, especially in New York City. So just take care of yourself, relax, social distance and everything like that. So